Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is James, and today we are going to be waxing this lovely little jacket. It's an old Levi's jacket I found secondhand online, so I'm not too worried about messing things up here. It's got a very soft, supple outer shell, which is 100% cotton, and that's why I want to wax it, to see if I can change it, make it a bit more durable, and especially make it water resistant. And today I'm going to be using 100% beeswax to do that. We've got a double boil boiling as we speak. As you can see, we've got the water which is frothing nicely here, so we're going to be adding the beeswax right now. Once the wax has been liquefied, we can then go ahead and paint it on with a paintbrush. I have an old paintbrush here, which is perfect. Presumably this will only work once with this paintbrush. And then we can go ahead and use a heat gun to spread the waxes into the jacket. Now, some people say bang it into an old pillowcase and throw the pillowcase into the tumble dryer for 10 to 15 minutes, again to help spread the waxes around the jacket. I hope I don't need to do that, but we'll see how this goes. Now I think I'm going to be a bit more generous around the shoulders and the back, because that's where the rain generally comes falling down on you. So yeah, I'll just add on a bit more. I might not brush it in as much and just paint it on, make it nice and generous there, nice and thick, and hopefully this will work. I'm also insisting a lot on the different seams, as there is more fabric there, so we really do need the wax to get into the fabric. So here, for example, I'll be quite generous and insist on those seams along the back. One of my end goals here is to be able to then, once the jacket is dry, to be able to stand it up on itself. If I can do that, it means I have the right consistency of wax, at least for me, for these testings. As you can see, the wax is already flaking off. So presumably, that's the issue of beeswax, is that while it's still caked on like this, it can flake off. And that's maybe why you want to use different waxes, which aren't as brittle as beeswax. So we'll try this, and if I have to come back and do another coat with a different wax, then I shall do that. Okay, so the jacket is now fully waxed. As you can see, it's very white. Now, one of the great things about double boiling the wax is that the wax is never more than 100 degrees Celsius, which means that if there are any like nylon fibers inside like the stitchings, they're not going to melt because the wax is too hot or anything like that. So that is one thing you do have to take into consideration for the next stage, is that things like the inner linings are nylon or polyester, so you have to be very careful not to overheat the wax and the jacket in general with your heat gun, because these can burn, and they will definitely burn. So now the wax jacket is fully waxed, let's get heating. So the idea here is, again, just to melt the wax into the fabric, taking our time. I don't want to melt the polyester lining on the inside, so I'm just letting that wax warm up more or less on its own, and trying not to focus too much on one area. So the first coat of wax is on, and while it's looking really cool, loving the final result, or loving this temporary result, I do see there's some areas where there isn't enough wax in the fibers. So specifically on this side, you can definitely see it around here, just underneath the pocket. So I'm going to go and give it a second coat of wax. It took me about 40 minutes, 45 minutes to do this, so it's relatively fast. It's not standing up. That is my goal for today. It's not standing up yet. It might not, because the fabric was quite light to start off with. So I don't expect it to stand up, but already it's got a nice something going with it, and I'm very excited to see the final result. Yeah, let's get cracking. Two coats on a jacket. I love the irony on that. 2 coats on a jacket. Okay, let's melt it all in. Okay, so you can clearly see that I've reached the saturation point on this jacket, where the wax is now nice and shiny on the top surface here, which shows me that once it's, basically once it's melted onto the fibers, it's not disappearing. There is still wax staying on the top of that fiber, which means that it's now full of wax, and I'm happy with that. I may regret it once it dries and the wax starts peeling off and looking weird, but I can just scrape it off at that point, and bit by bit the jacket will wear in. That's also part of the fun of having a wax jacket. So it turned out exactly the way I thought it would at this stage with after 2 coats of wax. It's looking really great. It's got a lovely quality to it, a lovely sheen to it, and it's really quite sturdy. I will see if I can put it in the tumble dryer, as it will help, I hope, sort of spread those waxes out a bit more. Okay, so the ultimate test, we're going to try and get it to hold on its own. I don't know if this is going to... Whoa! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, that's surprising. Yeah, sure, it's got loads of wax all over. It looks weird, definitely, but that's also part of the fun. So as you can see, the wax has made it substantially darker, and you can see already lots of crease marks where the wax has been folded and creased, so I can show you just here. If I crease it, you can see where that wax has creased. So that ultimately is going to come off, rub off, and it's going to be much more homogeneous. But yeah, it does give us a jacket. Oh, this is like, feels like wearing cardboard. And I'm serious, it's so different. Everything feels like it's hard. Definitely stretching in. I think I'm going to be losing a lot of wax as we go. But wow, this feels insane. So would I recommend it to other people? No, unless. No, because it does ruin a possibly great coat. And it does take time. And it can look very funky, as you can see. Yes, because it also brings back to life an old coat potentially, or gives you that possibility of something completely different, completely original. And that's why I wanted to do it. Yeah, do let me know in the comments what you think of this final result. Okay. I would say that is a success. Okay, so the cool thing is when you finished your day of work, all you have to do is take off your coat and put it down. That's pretty insane, actually. Okay, so I did go ahead and tumble dry the jacket, and as it came out of the tumble dryer, the colour was much more uniform. Clearly, tumble drying did help a lot, but it didn't do everything I was necessarily hoping for it to do, because today, as I'm walking around the woods here on this wonderfully humid day, which is perfect for this kind of jacket, the waxes are starting to appear on the surface again. And I was assuming the tumble dryer would pull those waxes even further into the fabric, which it might have done. And presumably, the reason the tumble drying didn't do as much as I was hoping it would do is because I used a lot of wax. Now, I knew this was a possibility when I did this, and I knew that the beeswax may not have been the best solution because it's a very hard wax, very brittle, so when it comes up on the surface and shows, it's going to show as white streaks where it's crumpled, where it moves around a bit. So that's normal, that's to be expected, and I think the jacket will weather nicely as time goes by. At least that's my hope. In the meantime, I am very, very happy with the result. As you can see, the jacket has a gorgeous look to it. It's got a patina straight out of the box in a way. I've been wearing it for only a couple of hours and it's already looking gorgeous, and I can't wait to see how it's going to age with time. I'm expecting some of that wax to rub off and eventually those white streaks to be less prominent on the jacket and the overall look and feel of the jacket to be much more unified. That being said, if I want to get rid of the white streaks, it would be as simple as banging this jacket back in the tumble dryer for a couple of minutes, and that will help uniform once more the overall look and feel and colour of the jacket. Thanks again guys for joining me for today's project. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something. I hope this might have inspired you for a future project of yours, and I hope to see you very soon for some more crafting.